continue to take the cuts and the bruises and the pain and the insults because I think America's worth it. All I ask is that you stand with me as I do it, and that you be just as loud, not just in Michigan, but after Michigan, and take that voice all the way to the Super Tuesday states because it matters.
For more on this, let's welcome in member of the House Oversight Committee, Michigan Congresswoman Lisa McClain. Congresswoman, thank you for joining us this morning. Okay, so there's a lot to talk about in your state today, but what do you expect to happen?
I think it is going to be a huge victory for Donald Trump. I can share with you that people around the state are over and over again. And listen, Michigan delivered for President Trump in 2016, and we are going to deliver again for him in 24. It's clear to me the auto workers are fed up. I'm excited. It's going to be a great day for Donald Trump here in the state of Michigan.
Yeah, Congresswoman, the Real Clear Politics average right now has Donald Trump up by 52 points over Nikki Haley in the state of Michigan, which is just an absurd number. But I want to talk about the other side of the aisle. Progressives, Democrats, are going to try to send Joe Biden a very clear message today. Take a listen to what progressive Democrat, your colleague Rashida Tlaib, said last week about voting uncommitted in Michigan today.
We don't want a country that supports wars and bombs and destruction. We want to support life. We want to stand up for every single life killed in Gaza. Right now, we feel completely neglected and just unseen by our government. If you want us to be louder, then come here and vote uncommitted.
What are you hearing from voters on the ground and people you know about a Democrat telling Democrats the Arab Muslim population is significant in Michigan to not vote for Biden today, but then to vote for him in November? It's very confusing.
Yeah, that it is confusing, and that strategy is not going to work and not going to play well for Biden. I wouldn't be surprised if there were more votes for uncommitted in Michigan today than there were for President Biden, right? He doesn't motivate people. He doesn't motivate his base who support him to go out and vote. And two, he's got on the other side of the aisle, like you saw in that clip, people that are really upset with him. That's normal. That's not normal. That bodes very well for Michigan and Michigan turning red in November. We just have to make sure that we turn out the vote on our side of the aisle, which we're working very hard to do. It's going to be 60 degrees and sunny today, so I'm very hopeful that we're going to have a very good turnout and people will vote.
Yeah, you have good weather, so that's good. Over 1 million early and absentee votes have already been cast. So what do you think that means? And then just going back to Biden, this could be a potential political fallout for him if that does happen, if he gets more of those vote for committed. And, you know, Trump won Michigan back in 2016. And it seems that things really have changed. You talked about the economy. You talk about the border. So what do you think this means?
Well, I think over the past 3 years, especially Michiganders have been hit extremely hard because we're heavily manufacturing and heavily farming. The policies under this administration don't work for middle class America. It just doesn't work. And we are heavily, in my district, heavily auto manufacturing. These EV mandates, as much as the top brass and top leadership of the UAW may support Biden, the rank and file do not support Biden. They support Trump because they know the policies mean less jobs. Because if we have this EV mandate, that requires less parts to produce these engines, these EV engines. That means less workers, less jobs for people in Michigan, in my district. They don't want that. They want a president who will stay out of the way, less government, and will fight for middle-class America. And that president will be Donald J. Trump.